Sunlight streams through the window. I can feel it brushing against my face, trying to snake itself through my closed eyes. I curl up even tighter into a ball like a hibernating hedgehog. The new day crept up upon me far too fast. I haven't had any time to prepare myself yet. I'm still tired and my feet are cold. That's what I get for sleeping on a futon slightly too small for me, I guess. I can't hear any cars. Can't hear any people. Everything is still, quiet. Maybe too quiet. I start to fantasize making up imaginary scenarios of natural disasters, nuclear wars, and a zombie apocalypse. Where have all the people gone? It takes me a few moments to remember where I am. I'm not in the city anymore.
Wow.
It's a little...
This is dark.
Yeah. Oh, there's some happy music for us, so... Ah.
Oh, I can get down with this.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
I sigh, breathing in the cool country air. It's invigorating, waking me up more thoroughly than a bucket of cold water could. Now then, where should I go? Who should I see? Amu told me in a letter that I received a few days ago that she was going to spend most of Golden Week working in her parents' cafe. Since it's only 11 a.m., it seems likely she'll be there. In that case, if I want to pay her a visit, I should dig my old bike out from my grandparents' back garden and take it for a ride. It takes about 40 minutes to reach the town from where that cafe is by bike, probably slightly longer if I walk. I haven't been on a bike in a long time. Thinking about it makes me feel a bit nostalgic. The wind in my hair, the scent of the flowers in the fields, the earth under my tires. It's an enticing idea. But on the other hand, there's always Noelle. I definitely owe her a visit. And yes, it's been so long. But I can't help but feel anxious. But I know that one thing is certain. If I keep deliberating like this, I'll never get anything done. Ooh, our first choice. I think we should visit Noelle. It seems pretty interesting. Because he talks about her so poignantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you. It's your channel.
Well, I mean, I do value... I want to go after Noelle, too, so I think that'll be our first step, because he's obviously misses her so much.
Yeah. Good idea. I stand in front of the house for the first time in 2 years. It feels almost unreal, like a dream. The only thing that reassures me is that this reality is the anxious beating of my heart, the knot of worry coiled up inside my chest. I want to turn. I want to run. But I know I'd despise myself for it. I've come this far already, so I can't turn back. I need to focus my breathing, steady my heart, breathe in and breathe out. Look at the house and remember. This is an old village with roots that can be traced back centuries. Most of the houses here are wooden, long-lasting remnants of an older time, constructed almost a century ago. In comparison, Noelle's home is strikingly modern, a large structure with glass windows and a garage. To my younger self, it almost seemed like a palace, a home for a princess. I used to come down this path on my bike every few days when I was young, often with Amu. We'd watch this home being constructed bit by bit, staring from a distance with wide eyes as it all came together. To me it seemed like magic. But now, the house doesn't look as grand as I once remembered. It seems smaller, somehow shrunken. That's probably because I've been exposed to so many towering skyscrapers in the city. I don't think that's the only thing, though. Somehow the house looks a little bit like a shell. A fossilized remain. Maybe I'm just being sentimental, but the atmosphere feels a little off. It's cold. There's no warmth here. And in the garden, there's a sign. A sign that reads quite plainly in large characters, "For sale." This unexpected news makes my eyes open wide. The house is for sale? I had no idea. Amu never mentioned this in any of her letters. Does this mean Noelle's moving? Did something happen? Maybe Noelle's sick. She's ill and her parents don't want to stay in a small village like this any longer, so far away from a hospital. Or it's her parents. Maybe something unfortunate happened to them, an accident, and they're in critical care, or worse, dead. Noelle will have to stay with distant relatives while her old, beautiful home goes to ruin. No, that's ridiculous. Way too over the top. Then maybe her parents got remarried? They're getting divorced and they're selling the house. In that case, will Noelle end up living with a new step-parent? Maybe they're cruel and some wicked stepsisters, or... But if I keep going down this line of thought, it'll end up like a fairy tale. Something simpler, then. Something more likely to have actually happened in reality and not inside my overly anxious, melodramatic mind that's been warped from watching too many TV dramas. Her parents probably got a new job. That seems like the most likely option. My grandparents did say more and more people were leaving this village. It's a small place after all, even if it is really pretty. There just aren't that many jobs here, and driving 40 minutes to work every day just isn't practical. And yet, even though I know it's foolish, I can't help but worry. Noelle is always so quiet, shy, and reclusive. Even though there were only 33 students in our whole school, she hardly ever spoke a word to anyone other than me. If Noelle's parents are moving to a larger town, how will she cope? What will she do? But it's not my place to worry. I scoff at myself, shaking my head. I don't deserve to act so righteous, pretending to be oh so concerned for Noelle's happiness. If I was, I would have told her. If I really valued our friendship, I wouldn't have let it fall apart so easily.
He thinks about a lot of things.
I feel like he loves her, and he hasn't said it, and he really, really deeply regrets that. Or something, but I have a feeling something really bad happened. I just feel a lot of foreboding right now.
Yeah, me too.
A little dark, okay. My legs remain frozen to the spot. I have to exercise a great deal of willpower to get them to move. Feeling as though I could fall over at any moment, I make my way up to the front door. I knock on the door. And wait. I wait. And wait. And wait. The seconds go by slowly, agonizingly, like trying to squeeze the very last remnants of toothpaste out of a tube. That's odd simile. When the act of waiting gives my brain enough free time to start panicking, I knock on the door again, just to give myself something to do. But there's still no response.
This is eerie.
Yeah, like, they're gone. There's nobody's home. Noelle isn't here, and neither are her parents. Well, that would explain why their car isn't in the drive. No car. No people. I can't hear a single sound, not even from a stray bird or a lonesome cicada. There's nothing. It really does feel desolate here.
That's gotta be freaky for him. He's
I'm wondering, have we seen anybody since we woke up?
Not, except the grandparents, no.
Well, no, since we woke up, we didn't even see them.
Huh. Yeah.
We're in the Twilight Zone. Everything's dead. I guess there isn't much I can do then. I say this aloud, attempting to organize my thoughts. It might be easier to do so in words rather than stifling confines of my own skull. I'm not sure whether I'm relieved or not that Noelle isn't home. At least that means I don't have to face her. For now. This gives me a little more time to prepare myself and figure out what to say. It's difficult, though. I don't know if there's anything you can say after abandoning your best friend for 2 years without a single word of explanation. Oh.
That's cold.
Yeah. Well then. I guess since Noelle isn't in, this means I can pay a visit to Amu. I turn away from Noelle's home and make my way back to my grandparents' house. I want to know what happened. I'm so worried now.
Maybe she was, heartbroken that he didn't say anything, and then she was you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna move on somewhere else.
Yeah.
And she probably had feelings for him.
Yeah. Or at least I know he did. Ugh. I know my old bike is being stored somewhere in the back garden waiting for me to ride on it once more. Yay, jazzy music. Thank God. Ah.
Yeah, that was getting a little...
That was pretty somber, yeah. Ah. It's taking longer to reach the next town than I thought it would. I'm slumped over the handlebars of my bike like a slab of freshly cut meat. That's me when I try to ride a damn bike.
I do like meat, though.
Yes.
Ribs.
My face is just as red.
Wow. Maybe get some sunscreen from Saki.
Yeah. I pant heavily, trying to get my breath back. Sweat beads on my forehead, dripping down the contours of my face and off the tip of my nose. This gradual degradation must be what happens when you move to the city. You got lazy, bruv.
Yeah.
Since everything was all so convenient, I stopped walking and cycling everywhere and just started to rely on the godsend that is public transportation. I took the train to and from school. When I wanted to go shopping, I went on the bus. I hardly ever had to walk unless it was to the convenience store, and that was only 3 minutes away. My heart burns. My face is on fire. At least one good thing's gonna come out of all this. When I blush, my face gets so red that it helps obscure my freckles. This dude has the same problem I do.
Hiding the freckles?
Yeah, I've never liked them. I'm wondering about wearing makeup to conceal them before, but it might be kind of strange asking my female friends for advice about that. Hey, do you know any good concealers? Why?
I got a freckle problem.
I don't know if they'd tease me, but, well, even if I wanted to reinvent myself, it's already too late. The people at my new school already know about my freckles, so what's the point? I wouldn't be able to fool them. It's just the same as I used to be all those years ago. Or am I? If that were really true, then why has cycling suddenly become such a chore? Could I have changed more than I thought?
Probably.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't get why
it's been 3 years.
I don't get why he finds freckles such a problem.
Well, you don't have them.
Maybe I do. They're just well hidden.
That's cheating.
It's
because you feel like you got spots on your face, and
yeah.
People always try to hide spots. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't hide your imperfections.
They make you cute. My legs hurt. After that strenuous cycle here, I don't even want to look at my bike, let alone ride it. And you have to get back, son. That's gonna suck.
Oh boy.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't just abandon it somewhere along the street. That would be irresponsible, and somebody might trip over it. Or steal it.
That would actually be pretty funny to see. Someone trip over a bike, be like, "Whoa!"
Burdened by my own code of ethics, I ended up towing the wretched thing along behind me, holding it by the handlebars. Maybe it wasn't my fault I got so tired. After all, this is an old bike. Don't blame the equipment, dude. Perhaps one of the tires is flat or something, and the brakes aren't very good either.
He probably went up a hill.
Yeah.
That's very taxing.
It's not my fault. It really truly isn't.
Quit making excuses.
Yeah. Or at least, I don't want it to be. Jeez. Trying to distract myself from the concerns over my physical fitness or lack thereof, I take the look around at my surroundings. Come to think of it, I really should be paying more attention given I'm wheeling along this unwieldy vehicle. I don't want to run over any small children.
Well, at least he's cautious.
Yeah. The streets are pretty crowded. Since it's a warm day, the whole street is flooded with life. Young men and women strolling along hand in hand, parents pushing baby strollers, old men and women shielding from the sun under the bus shelter, laughing over private jokes. There are young children clinging to their parents, wailing for ice cream, a group of teenage boys with their hands thrust deep into their pockets, sporting backwards baseball caps, a gaggle of girls with fake tans and long fingernails laden down with shopping bags. I don't want to be part of this.
Oh my god.
I hate that shit. Everywhere I look, I can see something happening, and almost everybody seems to be smiling. Except for you, because you're depressed.
Yep. Depressed and lonely.
Yep. Is it because of the warm weather? This town really does have everything. Large businesses, buildings, and with more than 3 floors. A library, a hospital, a police station, a church, several shops, an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school, not combined into one classroom like the school in my old village. There are even ice cream vendors in the street, a couple of fast food restaurants, and a movie theater.
It's got everything.
Sounds like Champlin. Truly, this place is a metropolis. At least that's what I thought when I was little. Littler than I am now, I mean, I know that isn't really true. This is only a small town with a population of about 30,000. It's not nearly as cosmopolitan as I thought. When you get older, your perspective really does change. The 5-story company buildings that were once so impressive are less grandiose now. The single libraries look sadly understocked, and the ice cream vendors nothing special. In bigger cities, you can also buy crepes, yakisoba, and takoyaki in the street. Now where's the cafe again? If I remember correctly, it was just down the street and then to the left. Not too far. This is only a small town, so of course it isn't too far away. Nothing is. I feel a little bit worried about my disheveled hair and sweaty brow, though. If I go to see Amu looking like this, it won't make a very good first impression. I bet she'll make fun of me.
Probably.
Should I try to find a public restroom somewhere so I can freshen up? I'm not so sure. Sounds like too much work. If it's Amu, she'll make fun of me no matter what I look like.
Wow.
Good friends. That's just her thing. If Amu laughs at me, she laughs at me. I don't think I'll mind. It's how she communicates with people. I think, right now, all I want to do is see a friendly face. Coming back here after so long feels stranger and more unsettling than I thought it would.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty intrigued. So I finally made it back here.
Ooh.
I like the music.
Like it. It's very joyful and, upbeat.
Yeah, it's nice for this. Back to this familiar cafe. It's a warm, comfy place made of mostly wood, a small establishment, not very large, with a certain kind of humble charm.
This music reminds me of a game.
I can't remember what it is, but I know what you're talking about.
You see me play if you know Fantasia, right?
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah.
the PS2?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that game.
Kind of reminds me of the beach music in Kingdom Hearts a little bit, too.
Yeah.
And the waitress who comes to greet me... That's you! You're so pretty!
Hello, sir! And welcome to our new cafe. Will you be dining alone today? Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to... Oh my god! It's Amu!
Oh.
It's Amu.
It's me!
Her pink hair is as messy as ever, tendrils falling out over her ponytail. I love how pink hair is totally natural in all of these, like...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's a blonde, she's pink, she's a pink.
She's a pink.
One hand on her hip, she looks me up and down, her mouth parted slightly. Ah, no way. That's no fair. She's grown up over the last couple years, too. I may have entertained some wild fantasies of one day overtaking her, being able to rest my elbows on top of her head just as she always did with me, but of course it didn't work like that. He'll never be taller than her. The best laid plans never do.
Sorry, bro.
You're shorter than your ladies. I didn't grow at all in these last 2 years, but her... She shot up like a stick of bamboo. She's still taller than me. But her, a lot taller than me, actually. How depressing. Amu looks at me in surprise. It takes a few moments until finally she's able to greet me. And when she does, the words that come out of her mouth... Oh dear.
Cockroach Kid! It's you!
Are not exactly flattering.
Oh my god. Cockroach Kid.
What a nickname.
Wow.
Don't make more fun of my
Wow.
exoskeleton.
K-k-k-k.
Jeez. Amu, that's mean.
I'm sorry, I just can't help it. You're always boasting in your letters about how you get even taller and you're going to catch up to me soon, blah blah blah, but when I actually meet you, you still look like a 12-year-old. You're still the same old cockroach kid I remember.
Don't call me that. I'm trying to put that painful chapter of my life behind me.
To you, it might be a tragic tale. But to everyone else, it's a comedy.
Hey! I like this chick.
Wow, she's awesome.
Don't go deriving so much pleasure from my past failures like that. It's mean.
I'm a mean person, Atcchan. I thought you knew this already. Cuckoo.
Amu's laugh is just how I remember. It's devilish little giggle that sounds incredibly mocking. That laugh, coupled with her smug expression, makes me feel as though nothing's changed between us. If she wanted to, she could still rest her elbows on top of my head and use me as a coaster.
Ouch.
Yeah. I sigh.
Still, I'm pretty grateful. If you hadn't swung by, I'd still be stuck working in this crappy cafe until 4. I owe you one, buddy.
Laughing, Amu claps me on the shoulder. She uses too much force and it hurts more than she probably intended. Goodness! I wince, rubbing my shoulder.
Take that!
Ow! I hope that doesn't leave a bruise. Even though you're working as a waitress now, you're just as violent as ever.
Me? Violent? No way.
You could have dislocated my shoulder!
Sorry. I guess I was just so happy to see you again, I got a little overexcited.
Amu giggles, waving one hand as though it's no big deal. Because Amu never takes anything seriously, being with her is always pretty relaxing. Which is kind of remarkable, given how much she beats me around under a flimsy guise of friendship. Perhaps Amu's easygoing nature comes from living in the countryside, free from strict rules and regulations, confusing train timetables, and angry people in business suits holding briefcases.
Seriously though, you look dreadful. Are you okay?
I look down at myself, self-consciously examining my sweat-stained shirt, my red calves, and my trembling hands. Maybe I should have tried to clean myself up just a little. No, I'm fine. I feel great.
That's a damn lie.
Goodness, shot down so quickly.
You look like you're on the verge of death. What happened?
I stare at the floor and mumble something unintelligible, hoping she wouldn't hear. Of course, this pathetic attempt at resistance proves to be completely futile. Smirking like a proud detective who's just cracked a particularly difficult case, she leans forward, hands linked together on her lap.
You tried to cycle here all by yourself, didn't you?
No.
Don't be stupid, I helped you chain your bike outside the cafe. Remember?
Of course I remember. It only happened half an hour ago. Amu's always been better at practical stuff like that than I have, too. After several failed attempts of me fumbling around with the lock, Amu eventually sighed, hands on her hips, and shooed me out of the way so she could do it herself. I was just, taking my bike for a walk. I thought it needed some fresh air.
Oh, so sure. You see, this is how I think it happened. Do you want to hear?
Please impart me with your knowledge, oh great detective.
Well, you don't have to be so sarcastic, but obviously you decided to cycle all the way here thinking it would not be a big deal. Acting like you know it all as usual.
Hey!
And then, obviously you forget how out of shape you've become using that public transportation that you have in the city.
Don't make quotey marks with your fingers when you say public transportation. It's not a conspiracy theory, you know. And neither is the city, for that matter.
And then, you got all tired and out of breath and gross and sweaty. Yuck. And you realize you're not as healthy as you used to be.
Amu surmises with a flourish with one hand, grin on her face.
Is that about right?
I pout. How is this girl able to see through me so easily? He left out the part where I found a giant peach floating down the river with a small child inside.
Did this child go on to fight off a band of demons with the help of a talking dog, a monkey, and a pheasant?
I think something like that might have happened, yeah.
I'm sure it did, Atcchan. In the Legend of Momotaro, maybe.
Cheh. You're just as mean as I remember, Amu. Amu ruffles my hair, mussing it up between her fingers.
And you're a lot sweatier than I remember, Atcchan.
Hey, that's not fair.
Neither is life. I'm sorry, but you'll have to get used to it.
Ugh. Grit my teeth together and glare at Amu, but it's half-hearted. I'm not really mad. This is just how we interact. After all these years, I've gotten used to our comedy routine, so I find myself automatically acting as the straight man even when I'm not so bothered by her silly antics. That we can slip back into our old routine so comfortably after so long. Feels strangely relaxing.
Hey, Atcchan.
What is it? Amu's smiling, a winsome expression on her face. I know that face well with more familiarity than I know my own reflection in the mirror. What do you want, Amu?
Huh? How did you know I wanted something?
Because I know you.
Is my face really that easy to read?
It really is.
It's because I'm a fair maiden.
I raise an eyebrow. There are many ways I could describe Amu, but this combination of fair and maiden is not one of them. What do you mean?
I mean, because I'm so sweet and gentle, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not a dishonest person, you know.
Well, I guess that much is true. But anyway, what are you after? I know you want something.
Well, I've been working hard at my parents' cafe, you know.
I know. So?
So, I could really use an energy boost right now if you know what I mean.
Like what? Amu giggles deviously, pressing her index finger against her lower lip.
A good luck kiss.
Oh god. Huh? I stare at Amu in alarm, my eyes so wide that I worry they might roll out of my skull and land on my lap with a plop. What does she mean, kiss? I couldn't... Even though we're friends, I think that's going a little too far.
Cool. Oh, Atcchan, your face is all red.
Of course it is! What else did she expect?
Well, if a kiss is too much, I will settle for a snack.
Food? Okay. That might be slightly more manageable. I just need to get my breathing under control first. What a troll.
Yay! Ice
cream!
cream!
Amu claps her hands together delightedly, just like a little kid. Even though Amu doesn't like sweets too much, she does like ice cream. I feel proud of myself for remembering this. Good job, me. You made the right choice.
Thank you, Atcchan. Thank you. You're going to pay for me, right?
Actually, on second thought, what are you talking about? You're the one with the job, aren't you?
That's irrelevant.
But you have more money than I do.
The amount of money does not matter. No guy would invite a girl out for ice cream and then make her pay for her own share. That's so cheap.
Hey, I'm not taking you out on a date. We're just friends.
Exactly. We're such good friends that you'll pay for my ice cream.
Well...
Go on, Atcchan. Please. Please, please, pretty please with sugar on top. I'll be your best friend.
I thought we were already friends.
We are, but, you know, better friends.
I don't know if I like where the... What does that entail exactly?
I think she's blackmailing him.
I think she's... yeah.
Well...
Ah.
It means I won't make fun of your height for the rest of the trip here.
Amu's definition of friendship is really something. Yeah, get it for her.
Yeah, get it for her.
Yeah, just...
Do it, make her shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, since she's so cute.
Yeah, she is really cute, even if she is a bitch.
I'm just going to go ahead and save that one. Okay. So, Noelle's not there. So,
I'm kind of disappointed that she's not shown up yet. She seems like a really interesting character, and I'm impressed, especially with as inexpensive as this game was. It's really turning out to have really well-written dialogue, and there's not a whole lot of typos, which I'm used to seeing in this kind of game. And the characters are actually pretty fleshed out so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Digging it, even though
Ice cream and extortion.
I like that. I like that little title there. Nice. This game was really well put together.